this narcissist patterning release transmission. Moving beyond draining low-frequency relationships. And starseeds tend to be empathic. Like moths drawn to a flame, they can be drawn into soul-sucking friendships or relationships with 3D narcissists. These relationships can leave a starseed empath feeling exhausted or unhinged. A starseed empath will attract a relationship to learn important lessons. Welcome to this body elemental meditation. And we begin always with open body, open mind, open heart. And breathing, and with your breath feel your connection to the universe around you. A universe of energy, a universe of light. Breathing light into the body, all layers of the body from cells, bones, blood. On the out breath, releasing anything you need to release on the out breath back to the universe. And on the in-breath, inviting more light into your body, all layers. Breathing light into the organs of the body and all systems of the body. Digestive, nervous, hormonal, reproductive. Releasing other people's energy. And following the cycle of breath. Following the cycle of breath. More light, more energy, more connection on the in-breath. And on the out-breath, releasing anything of a lower frequency nature. Lower frequency energies or programming or conditioning, releasing on the out-breath. Sending it back to the universe. And as you continue to do this, I call your team in spirit of the highest light and resonance, including your higher self, and I am presence, angelic forces and guides and masters of light. Come be with you. Feel yourself held and loved by the universe. And I call angels of the horizontal plane around you. The East, Raphael, Healer Magician. South, Michael, Warrior Protector. In the West, Gabriel, Messenger Angel. In the North, Uriel, Archangel of Earth, Structure.
Paris with my puppy.
Angels,
Awesome!
Metatron to be with you, holding the space above you. The light of the essential sun, the ascension grid. Feel your connection to that grid of light. Bring it down perhaps into the heart and anchoring it there. Allowing an infusion of light in all chakras from the heart upwards. Breathing and opening. And let's call to Sandicon. From the earth below, the crystalline grid of the earth below, bring up that fairy white light up to the feet. Through the legs to the base chakra. Allowing the base chakra to open. All layers, levels, dimensions of the base being infused with crystalline light from the earth. Sacral chakra opens, allowing light into all layers, levels and dimensions of the sacral. Crystalline white light in all layers, levels and dimensions. And up to the solar plexus. That opens. Allowing light into all layers, levels and dimensions of the solar plexus. And then up to the heart. Anchoring the light into the heart. Feel all chakras from the heart downwards connected to the crystalline grid of the earth. Allowing that fairy white light to intensify in your field. Intensifying. And forming a white mist around you. A white mist around you. Take a step into that mist. Take a step into your inner world, into that mist. And as you do so, the mist begins to part slightly, revealing a pathway. A pathway. As you take another step, the path leads to a door. And this door leads leads to a particular place in the inner realms. The fairy realm, elemental realm. And this door is held by Archangel Sandalphon. Notice the door. Notice its otherworldliness. Stand before the door. On the other side is a landscape or garden, an entry point into the fairy realm. And when you're ready, step through that doorway, step through the doorway. Close the door behind you and look down at your feet. Notice you're standing on solid ground and allow your inner senses to open, to open. Sense of sight, seeing colors and forms and shapes. Sense of sound, listening to the sounds and the silence in this space, garden or landscape. Opening a sense of feeling, of touch. Of smell, of taste. How you feel about the space you're in. And just notice what's around you. Notice what's around you. The garden or landscape arises. Entry point into the fairy realm. And I call upon Archangel Sandalphon to be with you in this space, to hold the space as you journey within. Call upon your higher self to come and join you as a guide into this garden. And perhaps see a being of light in the distance walking towards you. Walking towards you, a being of light. Feel waves of light from this being. yourself the bridge between the 3D dimension matrix and the 5D matrix. A bridge of light for you in consciousness. Greet this part of you and feel the love of your higher self now. Feel the love of your higher self. Waves of light, waves of love rippling through you. Going to call now your body elemental consciousness. The consciousness that holds the physical body and the etheric body as you journey through this material world. The consciousness of the body. The consciousness of maintaining all the automatic functions of the body, the heart beating, temperature of the body, humidity of the body, the digestion. All systems of the body is regulated by the body elemental. And so often this elemental goes unrecognized or unthanked. And the body elemental also manages the emotional field and chakra systems and memory from this life and all other lifetimes. Is accessed through the body elemental, which you could also call the unconscious mind. Calling now the body elemental, who may appear in the garden as a child, a small being, a nature spirit, an animal, or some other being of light. Calling now the body elemental, allow that energy to very gently begin to come towards you through the landscape or garden. Perhaps moving through the greenery, the bushes, the flowers. This self may be quite shy, so just waiting patiently for this self to come and join you. And allow that self to take any form it feels comfortable with. Just waiting, opening, allowing this part of you to join you in the garden or landscape. Eventually a being appears. Eventually a being appears. Greet this being. And thank this being for the service they are giving you in assisting your light, your soul, to navigate in a physical body through a physical world. body elemental, feeling the love you have for this part of you, gratitude. And perhaps the body elemental will communicate to you telepathically or in sign language or in words. Just open to a communication from the body elemental. And this part of you may have much it wants to say to you. It has needs, desires and wishes, which are not the same as the conscious mind. And just explain now to the body elemental, we're going to do a little process of clearing and healing to allow more light between you, the higher self, and the body elemental. And when you're ready, we call upon your higher self to assist you in clearing all vows of separation consciousness held by the body elemental, releasing any blocking agreements or promises that affect the body elemental's ability to align with the highest light, allowing the higher light into the body, into the chakra system, clearing any agreements with the bloodlines. The body elemental is very connected to the bloodline energies. Release all agreements with any lower frequency forces that keep the body in separation consciousness. Clear any agreements or promises or vows touching the DNA. Clearing all minds, all bodies, all timelines, all dimensions. And as you do this, call upon your higher self to assist you and the body elemental in releasing any energies that need to be released back to the crystalline grid. As you look at the body elemental, you might see energies just beginning to dissolve and fall away, releasing, perhaps even in the landscape around you, energies dissolving from leaves and trees and bushes, dissolving and releasing, going back into the crystalline grid of the earth. Release all elemental energies belonging to the body elemental that is no longer aligned with your soul's purpose, with your ascending light. Release all blocking elemental forces or beings or aspects within the body, consciousness back to the crystalline grid. And just open, soften, breathe, relax, allowing old energies in the body elemental to drop away, returning back to their source, back to the crystalline grid of the earth. As you do this, send out an invitation for new supportive elemental energies to come and align with you. And you may notice that energies from the crystalline grid begin to be absorbed within the body elemental as old energies are released. New energies are absorbed. image and shape and identity of the body elemental may change slightly or dramatically. As this process progresses, releasing old elemental aspects and inviting new ones more aligned with your ascending timeline of light. And also the landscape around you may shift, the garden may shift. As old energies are released and new energies are absorbed into the garden and into the body elemental. And the garden and landscape is also an extension of the body elemental. So what happens within the body elemental may also happen within the garden or landscape around you. And breathing and opening. And anywhere there are any other soul aspects from anybody else in the 3D matrix that's connected to your body elemental, we're now going to release those aspects. Calling into your hands a large clear quartz crystal the size of a watermelon, sealed in ultraviolet fire, into your hands. This crystal is highly magnetic. Hold it up to the body elemental and just explain we're going to release energies that do not belong to your body elemental. Begin to pull out any energy that is not yours, it's picked up from other people. Perhaps inner child aspects of other people, inner child aspects of friends, lovers. Sometimes we can attract the vulnerable inner child aspects of other people. Calling them all into the crystal, any aspect of light that belongs to other souls. Back into the crystal. And when you've done this, when the light stops coming into the crystal, surrender it to your higher self. Please clear and heal this light and return all aspects to their true selves. When this is done, invite another crystal into your hands. And let's call back any light you have lost. Any light that you have lost that needs to come back to the body elemental. Light you have scattered or fragmented. And in this crystal, which is highly magnetic, hold it up and allow light to begin to be attracted 360 degrees around you into the crystal. Light you have fragmented, elemental light from your body or etheric fields, calling the light back into the crystal. When the light stops coming, surrender this crystal to your higher self. Please clear, cleanse, heal, and transform this light. And watch now as the higher self begins to pulse light, creating a light field around this crystal. Beginning to transform the energy within the crystal. Clearing it of trauma or lower frequency energies. Clearing the crystal. this is done, your higher self gives the crystal to the body elemental, and it's absorbed in its body. The light is absorbed in its body as it merges the crystal in its field. Again, the body elemental changes, or shifts, and increases in light. Just open, breathe, soften, relax as this process continues. And ask the body elemental for a name. A name. Name you can call this part of you. If it doesn't give you a name, it may give you a symbol that can call this part of you, can draw the attention of this part of you, a symbol that lets the body elemental know that you wish to communicate with it. So whether a name or a symbol or both, find the name, find the symbol, and this symbol, when you visualize it, will be a calling to the body elemental. And your higher self begins to pulse a circle of light between you. Pulsing light from the higher self to the body elemental, first through the body elemental to you, conscious self. And you, the conscious self, back to the higher self.
To clear the city,
Triangular circle of light. Just open and feel this connection between all three aspects. Circuit of light. Allow that circuit to intensify, creating a great sphere of light around all three of you. And in this sphere that we are merging, as you and the body elemental merge as one. You and the body elemental merge as one. Allow the body elemental to come back into the sacral chakra, the center of consciousness of the body elemental, the sacral chakra. Allowing a merging of light, of consciousness, of unity. And then stepping into the higher self. Merging your energy with the higher self, so you're one, so all three aspects are one. And take a moment noticing the landscape around you, the garden, perhaps it's shifted during this meditation. Perhaps it feels brighter or clearer or more energized or vital. Or perhaps there are more significant changes in the landscape or garden. Breathe and open, and when you're ready, come back to the doorway of light. Step through the door, closing it behind you, back onto the path and the white mist around you, and following the path. And begin to come back into your body.